Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about the most talked about concealer on the market. But before we get into that, I have a couple announcements. First, I want to thank you for supporting me. We have reached over 313,000 subscribers here on my YouTube channel. I am just so overwhelmed with just gratitude that you show up Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is not new for me. I've been on YouTube for 12 years and I'm just so thankful that you're here with me, that I can help inspire you. I can get you to the next level. I can teach you tips and tricks about just makeup and skincare and hair and whatever else we talk about here on the channel. And so I want to thank you. It's definitely a grind. It's not always easy, and you make it easier for me with all of your comments and everything. So moving forward, we have a newsletter. As you know, I really like to let you know that this newsletter is really my way of really communicating with you when it comes to pre-launches or it comes to launches or new things or things that I'm doing with Fierce Aging or casting or what have you. So it's really your inside scoop on Nikol Beauty. So I really want you to be part of that newsletter. I don't spam. Yes, sometimes I'm a little hectic and crazy and I misspell a word and the ladies will let me know, but you know it's coming from me. I mean, what's a newsletter without having a typo, right? You might be worried if there's no typos, like, is this Nikol really doing this newsletter? I don't spam you. I don't send it out a million times. I really want it to be rich content. I want you to get something out of it, but it is a lot of our pre-launches or pre-orders. You are in the know. So now what I wanted to do was offer you a text message option. If you sign up for my text messages, this is something new that I am starting, you'll receive 10% off your order. So I've heard that a lot from you ladies. Do you have an email sign up where you get a discount? And we didn't have that set up. So I really want to give back to you. I want you to enjoy the fact that you're connected. We're connected together. I can text, I can send out pre-launches. Maybe you're not by your email or you missed it and it's 3 days later and you missed out on whatever we were doing. Now you'll have a text message. And what's really important to know with this text messaging, ladies, is that I have signed up for a lot of different companies and all they do is send me like so many text messages. I don't love it. I don't feel like it's valuable to me. So with my text messaging to you, it will be about pre-launch or pre-order so you don't miss out, but it's also going to be like positive mantras, or it's going to be something that's going to uplift your day, or maybe I have a new video out, or maybe it's not on the schedule, or it's a private video that is just for you and you'll have a code. This is how I want to use that. So it's not just sales. It's all about us connecting. It's about giving you that positive boost during your day. You'll never know when they're going to come through. So I love this. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. We're doing it. You get 10% off if you sign up. So you can head over to my website. I have all the links below and enjoy the 10% off. Enjoy being part of this community of Nikol Beauty. And let's get into the video. We're just going to start off with keeping it simple with Bobbi Brown's Face Base. It is a moisturizing primer and I love this product. I've been using it for years. I love using it on clients when I'm doing their makeup because it just really nicely sets the skin up to look beautiful with the foundation. Face Base is nicely into the skin, moisturizing. Again, you do you when it comes to sunscreen. Put on as much sunscreen, as little as sunscreen, whatever you want to do. But we're going to be doing a simple look because we're going to get into the Tarte Shape Tape, which is the most talked about concealer on the market. This really hit in 2020, 2021, like out of control, everybody in the world. I wanted to wait until everything just like kind of settled down and not hop on this whole thing. I wanted to just kind of like see what happened. Did they come out with a different formulation? They came out with the creamy. So there's a matte and there's a creamy. It has a 24-hour built-in eye cream in it. So a little nervous though because it's creamy. I don't know if it's going to really crease, but let's go into our first step like we always do, which is the eye primer. I'm going to take away this discoloration. I want everything. You can see I have a couple of blemishes. I have some redness. I have some pigmentation. I want to see if this concealer, since it's a little bit more opaque, it's more of a medium coverage. You can definitely build it to full coverage. I want to see if it's going to really be everything that they've been talking about since it is the most talked about concealer on the market. And I was very curious, so we're going to see what happens. I see a lot too from my research of women saying that if you want your face snatched, every time I watch reality shows, this is what I hear is this snatched, everything's snatched. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, if they say that word one more time. And then I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately and my brain's like on overdrive because they're talking and they're like, oh my gosh, I know, and IRL and da-da-da. I'm like, wait, what IRL? Oh, in real life. Like we don't say the full word. We say all of these like code words, you know. I'm trying to keep up, right? I must be dating myself. I don't write in short code and emails where it takes me like to Google to like say, oh my gosh, what is this? What does this mean? I'll read an article in a magazine. I have to do the same thing. People just spell it out. Stop doing that. Eye primer is on. Gonna go into our beautiful Strong Brew. Look how beautiful. Matte palette, pretty, just taupey chocolate colors that are like your everyday, look beautiful. Going into the middle color here, I'm gonna just keep it simple. I'm going to go from the base of my lashes. I always start in the middle and then I go to the ends. So I don't wanna have too much on my eye. I just wanna place this product. Again, you know that I like to place the product. I don't like to go like this because then you have a very sloppy application. And as we're aging, it's not about sloppy application. It's about precisely placing and being intentional like we are as we age. We're very intentional with our decisions and what we decide to do and what we're going to do, what we're not going to do. I'm going to go in with my tapered blending brush. I'm going to go into the dark chocolate color and I'm going to, I really like doing this. I love going to the base of the lash because so it's almost like it's my eyeliner. You have to have a really pigmented eyeshadow to do this, but I'll go quarter and then I'll just bring it up. And then if it's a little too much, I'll blend it out with my blending brush. I'll bring this up just a little bit, kind of like that trick I did with the eyeliner where you find the lash and you go straight up. I like it and I'll blend it out a little bit. It's just something different. Just something different like this and just blend it out if you feel like it's just not blended enough. And you don't want to overblend because you will take it off, but I think that it's just, if I don't want to wear eyeliner, I'll do something like this. And I think it's fun. I think it's easy. And then I'll go right into the last color, which is my bone color. And I'm going to just marry them all together, just like this. Marry at the top, so there's no demarcation. Everything is included. Lashes need to be up. We're going to take the eyelash curler and we're going to curl our lashes. Taking my Chanel Volume Noir. This is my mascara. I'm going to go to the base. Wiggle back and forth, straight up. So again, ladies, if you're going to the tips and you're doing this, you are missing the complete mascara game. You need to go to the base and you need to go and get every single lash. If you're not using the lash primer that I've showed you in multiple videos, you need to be going to the base and really pulling up. I do use a lash serum always for maintenance, and I use a brow serum. You'll find them below this video. I always list them if I can remember. It's not too late when I'm doing that. Mascara is on. Always having beautiful, long, full lashes is a game changer. It makes you feel so good. Makes you feel like you're happening, right? It's like things are happening. All right, so here we go with the Shape Tape from Tarte. I got the color 16N and it is fair, light, neutral. So it has a nice mix of cool and warm tones. I'm just pretty much neutral. I tend to be more on the cool side. Built-in eye cream, like I had said, 24-hour moisturizing, 35 shades. It was the winner of the Best Concealer 2021 from Allure Reader's Choice Awards. So it is really been the most talked about concealer. And you're going to find you have a very big doe foot. It could be a little too big for a concealer. Some of the ladies are using it as a foundation also. So they'll basically, like we've talked about on this channel, you can spot treat. So you can go in and then you can work it out. So you can put it on where you have the redness in your face here. Maybe you just do your T-zone area and then you work it out and you can use it as a foundation. The problem you run into there is that this is $30 and it is, I can't tell you how many ounces it is because it's too small. So this is going to be a very small component compared to having a foundation. So that's where you're going to run into a cost per wear kind of thing, is that this is really a concealer. It's not really supposed to be for a full face of foundation. It's very creamy and it's thick. So I don't want to over dispense, and it's very easy to do that with this doe foot because it holds all the product in that top there. So let's just do a couple little dots because I feel that if I go and I press too hard that I'm going to really over dispense this situation. Let's just go on that little guy and let's see how we normally do our concealer here. Now I could do my wet sponge that I have here, or maybe I'll just do my foundation flat brush. So you can see a little bit goes a long way. Look at that little, just this little dot and how much it's going to spread. So this is going to be for ladies that want to have a nice creamy concealer. You're going to get high coverage. So maybe you do have that redness, that darkness that you want to see if you can cover. I didn't want to go darker and I didn't want to go lighter. So we'll have to see once we put on the foundation afterwards where we are. Again, you can put on your foundation and use this over if you wanted to, but you are going to see how much you get of that coverage. So I feel that it looks beautiful on the skin. I'm worried about being creamy because when I had been wearing it, it definitely creased underneath the eye area. So I will set it with my Nikita Banana. So I'm going to still keep that brightening underneath my eye area with the Nikita Banana, and we'll do that. But again, maybe I just needed 2 little swatches, right? There's so much pigment that it spreads really beautifully. But speaking of the most talked about concealer on the market, do I think it was just hype? No. I think this is a really beautiful product for the right person, the right skin type, whatever you want. They do have a matte formulation. So if you wanted something that was going to be matte, maybe very oily skin, you have that option. But I don't find this to be too creamy where it's like slipping and sliding. It's not. It's definitely giving you that brightness. It's definitely being able to really spread across the face nicely. So overall, I think I do get a very nice coverage here. I do see a little bit, in this area that I have pigmentation. I might do a color corrector first because this right here is what I really need to work on. And I don't want to keep layering this because I think it'll be too much. So again, I could press it in with a sponge. I kind of feel that I like this application with just my brush. It's not picking up the product. It's not moving it around too much. So hopefully I can get that to cover. But that's why you use a color corrector like Just Peachy or No Redness, because you're giving it that first coat very lightweight, not adding a lot of weight to the skin. And then you're going in with your concealer, your eye brightener. Let's go in with the Chanel No. 1. This is B20. I'm going to buff this into my skin, meeting up to this concealer. So what do we think? I think it's a beautiful concealer. I just met, you can go over it if you want to, but the whole purpose for me right now is just to kind of see how it looks by itself. So I think this is a really beautiful combo with this Chanel foundation. It's nice and dewy, gives you a beautiful coverage, but not too heavy. And then you have this really nice concealer. Like, I'm really impressed actually. And I feel like I kind of sheared it out a little bit using a flat foundation brush. So we're gonna just take a little powder, go in with Nikita Banana. And this is really nice because we're going to brighten the under eye. It's all about just brightening and keeping with that theme. Also, I want to set this, but this is triple milled. It's not going to add a lot of weight to your under eye area, which I love. I'd like to do a little T-zone. Powder is setting, and then you can go into Palm Beach if you like. I love my beautiful apricot cream blush, or we can go in with a little classic beach, and we have a 3. We have a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. So if you want to use all 3, great. If you just want to use bronzer, but I want to just bronze up the skin a little bit here, and then we'll just pop it with this really pretty light apricot that has gold flecks in it. Blush is on, everything's looking great. Doing a little lip. And I think that when you get the right concealer for your skin texture, for your skin type, it is like totally game changing. Going in with Cameo, I want to show you too, this little lip balm. I usually put on my vitamin E, but they sent this to me. This is from Emile Cordon. This is Rose Petal. And they used to have these beautiful glass bottles that it came in. Now they come in these little plastic white ones, which I'm not as thrilled with, but one of their formulations was called Rosé Champagne. So I love that, was my favorite. I still have it. So I'm hydrating my lips first. It makes a world of difference, ladies. When you go to put on your lip liner, it goes nice and smooth on. Your lipstick goes on beautifully. I'm almost tempted just to use this as a lipstick also, which is a fun, easy trick. So I'm going to use Cameo. Such a pretty color. I love it. It's my lip color. So that's why I'm always reaching for it. And then of course, why would we not put on, you know what? I was going to do Champs, but let's do Cocoa 13. I kind of feel that it would look really pretty with this kind of look. And concealer really is a game changer for you. Look at that Cocoa 13. That looks so pretty. When you find the right concealer, it's a complete, like, wake up the face, look beautiful, get that brightness underneath the eye. So once you see that, because if you're so used to looking at darkness and pigmentation, like I am with all of this area here, when you wake up, you're like, oh my gosh, no, like I can't do the day with all this pigmentation or all these dark stars. I look so tired, or I look like I haven't slept, which you have. So this is a wonderful way to try a new formulation. You can play around with it. Lots of different options because you can shear it out, you can layer it, you can build it up. So it's going to be more of a full coverage for you depending on what you need. Remember too, if you don't feel like you're covering, even with this kind of formulation, go into a color corrector first to neutralize out and then add the concealer on. So I hope you enjoyed just trying this out with me, waiting till the hype kind of settled down. Is it still worth it? Is it really worth the hype? I think this is a great concealer to try out if you want to have something that's going to be more full coverage. So until my next video, I'll see you later.